Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Bum.
Bum. Happy Snogglethog and Merry Christmas, everyone. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And welcome to the third day of Christmas in July. The show where the holiday season comes early and it lasts the whole month. Oh god, isn't that right, Blue Dragon 5? Aren't we enjoying this so far?
Yep. 31 days of awesome.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So far we've gone through the Hey Arnold Christmas special, the first Happy Days special, and now, what are we on tonight, Blue Dragon 5?
Well, today we're here to talk about a special DreamWorks special. DreamWorks is notorious for their Christmas specials. Something Pixar should really jump on, by the way.
Well, they are doing a Toy Story one this year, right?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But
So
thankfully,
exciting.
I hope that's going to continue.
Mhm.
Anyway, so DreamWorks has been making a few Christmas specials, and one of the Christmas specials that happened right after a very successful movie that's recently gotten a sequel, How to Train Your Dragon. This special known as How to Train Your Dragon: The Gift of a Night Fury.
Actually, I think it's just called Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury.
Oh.
That's what showed. I'm sorry. That's just what showed up. Right
Well,
at the
I
end.
mean, yeah,
Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury.
well, it's like Dragon's Holiday Gift of the Night Fury.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
let's just call it Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury.
All right, fine.
Just to be on the short side.
Okay. Dragon's Gift of the Night Fury. Okay.
So yes. So let me ask you this, Blue Dragon 5. What stuck out to you in this special that made you want to choose it and talk about it?
Well, I mean, in the meantime, after I saw How to Train Your Dragon, I watched it a few times after it came out. I was really immersed by it. A lot of really cool stuff, and I was just kind of I noticed like walking in Walmart one day, there's a Gift of a Night Fury Christmas special, and I picked it up and I watched it because I was on basically How to Train Your Dragon bender, I guess, around the holidays. I was just so jazzed by the movie. And I wanted to say,
little did you know there was a whole series.
it was just it didn't cost that much. I watched it. I was amused by it. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And watching it was good stuff. It was better than I thought it'd be. And yeah, high quality animation, fun little holiday story, and it's fun to revisit. And just given we've been talking about the series lately and the second movie, it's always been on my mind. It has a lot of really great stuff, and I like to talk about it.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest reason we're covering it is that we're kind of knee deep in the Dragon's lore right now. We covered How to Train Your Dragons 2. We talked about ideas for a third Dragons movie, and we're covering Dragons Riders of Berk, the first season of the Dragon TV show on our new series, The Watchers of Berk. So yeah, we're really into the dragons thing, Blue Dragon 5. We're knee deep, as I say.
Oh yeah, I mean this little special does develop the universe quite a surprising amount.
Yeah, it does. It really kind of. There are some things that really get established here. Definitely a nice little message and a nice kind of heartwarming moments here and there. I'll admit it's probably, out of the three that we've watched so far, probably my least favorite. But hey, you know what? I mean, saying that, it's like, the bar has been raised very high by Hey Arnold and Happy Days, so it's still really good. There's still a lot of really good things to talk about. So, so with that in mind, you kind of want to recap the special?
Sure. And before that, just like there's not much background on this. Just the first movie came out, and then the little special called the Bone Napper, which is on the DVD. And I suppose with the basically it's like money left over after they gross a lot at the box office, and they said, "Oh, let's make some specials." Specials to go along with the DreamWorks specials, which essentially the thing I have now is basically a holidays collection box set of the DreamWorks Christmas specials.
Right.
So it eventually went to that. So essentially, it's like if we're going to do some holiday specials for our characters and what's one of our most successful properties, along with Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, and Madagascar, well, it's How to Train Your Dragon. So that's pretty much all the logic behind it, and I believe it aired on Cartoon Network a time or two. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask Cartoon Network. All right, so that kind of might explain a couple things about them getting the exclusive rights to the TV show. you know, maybe had a good working relationship. So
Yeah, 'cause I don't think it was on I don't think it was on NBC, but I could be wrong because that's usually where DreamWorks airs their specials usually.
oh, okay, right,
I
right,
can't recall exactly. I just remember I remember seeing it on Cartoon Network once, and again the DVD. So
sure.
anyway,
All
so yeah,
right.
time to recap. So again, it's Snoggletog in Bert post the whole Dragon feud, Dragon War. It's essentially what Hiccup's in classic How to Train Your Dragon fashion. Hiccup's giving the narration
Oh
to
yeah.
bookend our little tale, our little holiday tale here.
Oh yeah.
And as he mentions, you know, basically this is directly after the first movie, also after the whole Bone Napper little short with Gobber in it. It's a funny little short, but anyway, so right. So again, it's right after the first movie, so they're basically talking about, oh yeah, there's no more Dragon War, so it's actually we have peace at Berk, and it's really nice. And so
Right.
basically, Snoggletog's a big holiday, and just to kind of describe the nice viewing people out there, what Snoggletog is in a nutshell. It's real simple. It's basically it's Christmas, only the whole thing's like Odin, Santa Claus, pretty much.
Oh
So
really?
you
Is that what I didn't catch the
yeah,
Odin thing?
essentially Odin's
Oh nice.
at least from what I gathered, and I believe they say it once in the special that Odin is Santa Claus, pretty much.
Uh
They say like I believe his father says, you know, basically you put out your Viking helmet, and you'll have gifts in there, kind of like a stocking. You'll have gifts in there like a stocking. I believe he says Odin, like put out your helmet, so like Odin will put some nice goodies in there for you for the morning.
So does that mean that we're going to see Anthony Hopkins at some point in this series?
That's the Odin I think of.
Right.
Well, it's either Anthony Hopkins or Bob Hoskins, so.
Well, Bob Hoskins sadly is kind of out of the question, unfortunately.
Well, I know that, but Anthony Hopkins is go-to. And the point is, I believe Odin's pretty much Odin's like Santa Claus in terms of Snoggletog. It's only stockings from what I gathered.
Okay.
So, that's
It's
pretty
like
much
Anthony Hopkins shows up in the Dragon series as Santa Claus, but he's like evil Hannibal Lecter Santa Claus, and that's the villain for the third movie. All right, that's a good mini direct ears session right there.
No, too silly. The point is, like, you know, Odin's usually like their main god of choice there, and I guess he just puts gifts there, so he's technically Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a beard for it, so you know, it works. Anyway, so it's Snoggletog and Berk, you know, post this dragon feud, so it's all peaceful, which is nice. And basically, Hiccup saying, "Oh, it should be good," you know, having Snoggletog with dragons. Everyone's all hyped up about it. See the dragons. We see the dragons have integrated well at Berk. You know, they're all flying around, they're all helping around for the holidays. It's really nice, very visually dazzling, as the whole special is. And again, so Berk's embracing the dragons and the holiday. You know, they're gearing up, putting all the decorations out. And the decoration I particularly like is how they have the Viking shields on like this giant makeshift tree. It's like not an ounce of it is tree, but it's all like wood and board and shield material. And again, like the dragons. Yeah, like the dragons are helping put the stuff up, like Stormfly in particular, like pins shields to the tree. Yeah, so it's nice stuff. So the dragons are helping, and the Vikings are crazy about the dragons now. No war, it's all peaceful and nice.
Yeah, I really like this this whole opening section. It does kind of serve as a good dichotomy to the opening of How to Train Your Dragons, where it's just all chaos and war and whatnot. And now here it's like, oh, look, it's Christmas time and whatnot. Well, I mean, Snoggletog, I should say, but same difference, you know. I don't know. It's a nice opening. I really like how the series, like, you know, all through the Writers of Berk series and this in particular, develop Astrid's relationship with Stormfly.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's always nice. I always like how they do flush it out here, but we'll get to that in a second.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so how else do you open How to Train Your Dragon film and/or series and/or special in this case? In addition, just kind of setting up how Berk is. What else are you going to do? You're going to have some dazzling.
Mystical flying.
Yeah, you're going to have some dazzling flying. And
God damn it, this one didn't have a Jonesy song though.
Doing the.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so we got science kind of breaches to the second movie, in fact, actually. So you're
yeah, it does kind of.
We have, again, with the money behind it in this case, which you can only kind of wish for the other series, DreamWorks, or just in animation in general, they put the money behind this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
For the special. So we get Hiccup, he's flying on Toothless, and they're trying out some new maneuvers, and this maneuver kind of comes into play. for 2. It's still in the work in progress. Basically, Hiccup he jumps from a little rock into the land on Toothless, and it works. So yay!
Really nice kind of like you said. It's just it really again. This is just one of those things that impressed me about this whole series is how tied together everything is. Like the writers really give thought to this stuff.
Yeah, now again, I'm not quite for this one. I'm not quite sure how much the original writers and creators had to do with this. I assume more so than the series because again, all the animation, the voice actors are back. So I'm assuming at least some of the writers, at least some assistant writers, perhaps, worked on this. So who knows? Again, who knows how much they actually got from? I assume they at least gave the stuff a watch before they wrote 2.
Oh yeah.
My assumption. Anyway, so we get some dazzling flying stuff, and then we're going to straight. Also, a point of interest here, Hiccup's wearing his Viking helmet. That's his mother's. Again, disproportionate size, by the way, a funny gag.
Right. There was actually quite a few just brief mentions of Hiccup's mother, kind of on the fringes, and that's just, again, really interesting.
Yeah. Again, this is when they still thought Velka was bit of a larger woman.
Oh God. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Right.
Anyway, so during this flying, something odd happens. The dragons suddenly their eyes go what's the term, like cat-eyed, and they're all like
I kind of akin it to sort of like a spidey sense almost.
Well, it's more like their natural instincts kick in, but I mean like
right.
The
That's
eyes,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's like the eyes go really like slivers, like a stagger.
So they go kind of just animalistic. You know what I mean? They go into their true like animal form.
Yeah, I mean I'm trying to describe like the visual look. I think it's cat-eyed. I think
cat-eyed visually. Yeah, cat-eyed definitely is an accurate.
I mean, basically their instincts are taking over and they migrate. It's like it's a spur of the moment. It's like they're migrating over mysterious circumstances around Snoggletop, and we don't know why that is. So the dragons are leaving, and the Vikings are really starting to torn up. They're like, what's going on here? They're all starting to panic, and especially Astrid, because Astrid loves Stormfly. Stormfly, please don't go, no.
Yeah, that's a big scene.
And so then Hiccup, he's coming back, and I love this scene. It's such an action-y scene. I love Henry Jackman's score in this scene.
Oh yeah.
Particularly, you'll notice I kind of have an issue with the score later on. Well, not really an issue, just something to point out.
Okay.
But the point is, like, the score here is really great. It's such an action-y scene when Hiccup's like, he's on his way back to Burke. He's kind of interrupted by this whole flurry of dragons that are unstoppable.
Oh man, yeah, and the animation, like, it's not quite on the same level as the films, but God, it really does look good. I mean, for a TV special, you're right. They spared no expense.
Yeah, because you have to remember, in the TV show, they have to limit their amount of dragons and reuse a lot of models. In the TV show, here they can go nuts. this whole flurry of dragons is coming by. It's knocking Hiccup and Toothless for a loop as they're trying to sway through that. Then like Hiccup, they go downward for a while, and then basically Hiccup's helmet falls off, and Toothless is like looking forward for a second, and basically says, "No, bud, don't." As Toothless is diving down to get the helmet that's been knocked off. Yeah, Hiccup says, "No, bud, don't worry about it. We'll get it later. We got to go back to Burke and see what's going on here." And I love this. Yeah, great foreshadowing here. Again, the helmet falls, but I love this little animation on Toothless too. By the way, just him searching.
Right.
He's looking down for it in the water. I like that. Anyway, so we're back to Burke, and the Vikings. The Vikings, as we learn nothing from the TV show, they're impatient and prone to panic.
Oh God.
Prone to panic. So basically, they're saying, "What's happening? What's happening to our dragons?" And they're all swarming on Hiccup, asking. He just got here, mind you. They're asking, "What's up? What's happening with the dragons?" So it gets there. Everyone, calm down. Give them some space. Let me explain. Hiccup, where are our dragons going? I don't know, Dad.
I really like that moment. It's kind of just developing the father-son bond, you know what I mean? Where Stoick's at the point where, he respects that Hiccup is kind of like the expert on the dragons and the one who's sort of responsible for their welfare in a way. And, so I don't know. That was just a small moment I really appreciated. But
it is. They still got the great Stoick and Hiccup dynamic in this thing, which we'll touch on in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. So yeah, the dragons migrate. Vikings are kind of questioning. They have like a meeting in the hall, in the Viking hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of despair going like, oh no, the dragons are gone, the Snoggletog's ruined, no more Snoggletog, everything's going to heck. But basically, per the words of Stoic and God, we're basically saying, yeah, we're press on. And the most hilarious image of all happens.
Oh my God! Oh, this is.
See,
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and get this as the thumbnail. I'm gonna try.
You gotta try to this because this image is priceless. It's either this or like an image with Astrid later on. One of those two.
Yeah.
The point is, it's an image that I didn't know the first time I saw. I broke down in tears laughing. Gobber has a hilarious line. In addition to this visual look, he has like reindeer antlers on his helmet or something, or his helmet's made to look like antlers.
And his missing hand has like just a little like almost bonsai looking tree on it.
Yeah, but also it's like one of the hands like wrapped in bells or something. It's like wrapped in the
us Vikings are tough. His delivery on that is just priceless.
It is. Also, he's wearing like I love the use of lights in this special, like the red and green Christmas lights, and he has like Christmas lanterns in his hand. And then he says,
although actually, to be fair, how would electrical lights work?
No, they're not electrical. They're not electrical. It's like glass around the lamp or something. Like so. It's like
so you're saying they're like oil based?
It's somewhat. It's like basically whatever around the light is like a colored.
Oh, okay, I get you.
It's like you're gonna see something similar in Kung Fu Panda. It's like they have lanterns for that one. This is more. They have like paper lanterns in Kung Fu Panda. This is like some different material, but it's same principle.
Okay.
It's really neat looking. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like, I had the same thought, like, how do they have electricity? But no.
Exactly. I mean, it didn't really cross my mind when I was actually watching it, but just now I was like, wait, Christmas lights? That doesn't add up. So,
which, by the way, I love in that opening shot, seeing snow fall on Burke, just very subtly falling on Burke. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, like, How to Train Your Dragon 2 has some incredible ice effects in it, but the snow effects in this thing were definitely really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely added, really good texture to it. Just really looks solid.
So after Holiday, Gobber has this hilarious line, we are Vikings, we are tough, most of the time. Really funny. Again, Stoic basically gave him all pep talk. He points out the lodge. Again, Stoic's a good chief, son the hammer in.
Mm-hmm.
No, not unnecessarily, but something to point out. He basically says, look, we've had Snoggletog without dragons for all these centuries. It's not going to stop us now.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very fair point. And then our good old Viking teen cast, they're a little down because their dragons are gone. They're walking out there and they're all depressed, except for Fishlegs, because Fishlegs is hiding something. And very funny delivery by Christopher Mintz-Plose, him saying, "Oh yes, I'm very sad." He has like the hand.
I'm very sad. Oh, meatloaf. Oh.
That's hilarious. I love the explanation for that later. Point is, our Viking cast are walking down there all glum and down the dumps, and essentially, Astrid has this. I love Astrid in this special. Let me say that now.
Oh yeah. We were talking about it before the show, but like, I haven't been as big of an Astrid fan as you, but I think, ironically enough, this is the episode that won you over to her, and this is also the episode that totally won me over. She's awesome after this.
Oh yeah, because she was like, and I saw her in the first one. She was really cool, and I liked her. And that's a good character right there.
Right.
And I see her in this. In Bone Napper, she was still on the same part. Like, yeah, this is a great character. But then I see her in this, and I fall in love with her because she is awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, she really just gets like a lot of development and character traits thrown in for her, and it's just great. I'd say probably out of the main cast, she probably gets the most character development, would you say?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Easily, I can say that. But
actually, in a way, she's kind of like the anti-Scrooge of this special, because most of the time there's like a Scrooge, but with her, it's kind of the reverse. It's like she's the one that's spreading the holiday cheer when everyone else is kind of down in the dumps.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of, in this special, she really just kind of pushes she's the opposite of what I hate in female characters, and I hate when female characters are like overly feminist, when they're just
exactly. Sure.
I'm too tough and manly to even consider a relationship or consider laughing now and again. I hate female characters like that.
I agree.
Anyway, so yeah, Astrid's complete opposite. She does something I fall in love with her here for. She has the idea of, well, let's come up with some new traditions. She's so uplifting. She's like, hey, let's come up with some new traditions to lift the sadness. And I love America Forever.
She's just like instantly in love with this idea.
Yeah, and I love America Forever's performance on this character. And again, she's so great. She voices her in the series too.
Yeah, which is wonderful to have that connection.
And I like how Hiccup's still there for her. Again, the relationship's there, but not like hitting you over the head with it. But it's there definitely.
Yeah. I mean, they get a nice, they get a nice little moment at the end. But really, that's kind of the only relationship moment in the whole thing. So
I like the two subtle relationship moments before then, more so. I think it's just a moment where basically Hiccup says, Astrid, it's not bad. Astrid, that's actually not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Then T.J. Miller's character, Tough Nut.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah,
how do you describe him?
PG Jason Mewes.
Oh, yes.
Well, as he points out, something that actually usually Snotlout would have pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
That, well, your dragon's here. Well, of course you're not complaining because your dragon can't go anywhere without you. Again, as tactfully as he could have said that, he... really well framed shot. We see poor old Toothless alone by the edge of the island. He can't fly.
Yeah, I must say, like, the animation on Toothless for some reason is something that stuck out to me as like one of the strongest points of animation in this special. Because I don't know, they really went the extra mile. His scales look great. His movement looks great. I don't know. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, it's a big plot point here that Toothless, he's stuck on Burke and he's alone. The poor old dragon alone on Christmas.
Yeah, no one wants that.
Yeah. Anyway, so like all the other dragons get to celebrate, and there was a nice little bit too with Stormfly. I like how in the movies they said like Stormfly and Toothless they're pals.
Yeah, which makes sense.
And basically, Stormfly was like basically saying, "Hey, come on, Toothless, let's go."
Mm-hmm.
And Toothless couldn't go because he has no rider.
Right.
Anyway, so again we see this. Oh, this thing was so adorable. The next scene, and again, one of my favorite scenes coming up with Astrid is right before then. So it's just, to be honest, I watch this thing with my grandmother every year on Christmas.
Oh my
God! She loves snowmen, and I knew this delighted her because there was a snow dragon. The kids are missing the Viking.
That's a great shot.
The Viking kids are missing the dragon, so they make a snow dragon. I thought that was the cutest thing ever.
That's wonderful.
And then my favorite bit in the episode happens. At least it's about to happen. Astrid, has an attempt. I can just sum up what I love about Astrid, and especially just like two words. Astrid tries.
Oh yeah.
She tries.
Well put.
Astrid's attempt at some new holiday traditions. But you got to applaud the girl for trying. She tries Yaknog. Again, I love her enthusiasm. I love how she's like so jazzed in her mind over this. Apparently so jazzed she didn't try it out herself, but she tried. Basically, she's going around with this whole thing of Yaknog, and then basically brings it to the friends. Hey, why don't you guys try some Yaknog? And she's pouring into the glasses, and the Tough Nut, our voice of truth, he says, "Ugh." It looks disgusting, and I love that the animation didn't far away from the gruesome details of actual farm milk.
Yeah.
Ugh, the little yellow chunks. That's gross.
Oh my god. Right.
But then again, Snotlout, he's still trying to hit on Astrid, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I'll take some.
He drinks some. His reaction, it's the most terrible thing ever. And at the end of the scene, he's like, he's crying. Like, I think Rough Nut or Tough Nut. I think Rough Nut says, "Are you crying?" You can tell it's so bad. It's like making him cry. I love just a little motion too when Fishlegs comes there and says, "Oh, what's that?" And basically, "Oh, it's Yaknog." And you see Snotlout from the background. He's like nodding. "No, don't try it." So funny. Oh yes, I'm just inexplicably changing my mind right now. See you later.
Right.
Anyway, so then my favorite bit comes up. Again, I love how Astrid tries, but this delivers it home even more.
Mm-hmm.
we see Hiccup's working on something. Astrid visits him, and it's a nice little moment. Again, I love little subtle relationship moments between the two of them.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Like, you're right. They just don't hammer it home at all. They're not like all lovey-dovey, cutesy. Again, I think the best comparison we can make, like, even in these early stages, they've kind of got a little bit of a Garfield Stone thing going on.
Oh yeah. For a second, I'm sorry. When you say Garf, when you open with Garfield, I kind of thought
I'm sorry.
For a second.
My bad.
Anyways,
that's what I get for not using first names.
No, it's yeah. At least you didn't say Stone Garfield. Anyway.
Stone Garfield. But then it would be like, oh, what, a statue of Garfield? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. Some lovey-dovey relationships can win you over, but this one's much better.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, she walks in here. She's bringing her guy a drink, which is nice. You know, she's bringing Hiccup a cup of holiday disgustingness.
Oh yeah, it's so nice. It's so wonderful.
But out of love, though, out of love, and he says, "Oh, try this." It's Yaknog. He says, "What are you working on?" He says, "Oh yeah, this is a tail for Toothless, so he can fly with that." Basically, a self-activating tail gift. So basically, Toothless can actually fly on his own now. Basically, will stay open as Toothless has control of it with his own movements of his tail.
Right.
Which I loved. Again, me being the gadget guy, I loved. Of
course.
It was a logical progression. It was a logical progression that, now it makes sense. At some point, he would develop something so Toothless could, fly on his own. I'm surprised he did that in a Christmas special of all things.
Yeah, right.
I love how it wraps up. By the way, this whole story with the tail. But so Astrid points out, "Oh man, that's an awesome gift." And then this Hiccup's trying to yak milk, and it's like disgusting, but doesn't want to hurt her feelings. He's not swallowing it. And basically says, "No, that's great." And basically says, "Well, what if Toothless doesn't fly on his own now? What if he doesn't come back?" And he's like, And he says, "Oh, I'm sure he's gonna come back though." She leaves and says, "You're amazing." Again, that's such a sweet moment. Just saying, "You're amazing."
Yeah.
And then he spits it out. Ugh, God. Can you blame him? It's got gross yellow chunks in it. Anyway, so that's a nice little scene right there. And again, I love just the idea of that self-activating tail. It's such a cool invention. It makes sense. That's what I love about it. It's logic.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's kind of one of the things we love about the series in general, is that it applies a bunch of that kind of stuff, and it's just really neat.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. Just trying to think here. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Okay, so yeah. So he finishes the gift, and he calls Toothless down. Toothless gets down there as he's Toothless aching to fly, I guess, because he wants to get there, but he just can't without Hiccup.
Bad for him too, it's really kind of one of the more emotional stories in the episode is Toothless and his whole arc.
Yeah, but remember, he's not actually going there to do what the other dragons are doing. He has an ulterior motive.
That's true, but still the animation on him, it's like you can tell, and maybe he is thinking like, man, I just want to go get that hat.
Yeah. Toothless definitely, he wants to do something for his master. And his master has no idea. That's his neat. Anyway, so point is, he puts the tail on Toothless, which is really neat that Hiccup went to the detail of making the tail black so Toothless never notices the difference. It's a nice little gesture on his part.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so I love this invention, man. It's really cool. So Toothless has the tail on. I love his instincts just kick in. Like he has the tail, he realizes, then he's fleeing.
Right. Just animal mode.
Yeah, it's like that moment in the first movie where he got the tail on for a split second, then he tried to fly, even though it didn't work without Hiccup. It's like his eyes go. He's eating a fish, and his head spurts up, and then he tries to fly. Also, here's my musical complaint here. They're using one of my favorite music cues from the first movie in this part. It seems a little inappropriate, though.
Yeah, I kind of got that too.
Seems a little sad. I guess just the real reason is Henry Jackman. I guess they wanted to. It's more so they're using the old cues of Henry Jackman, apart from maybe a theme here and there. But this one is just recycled music from the first one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt that too. It does feel out of place. I mean, I wish they would have kind of incorporated more sort of like Viking-style holiday music. That would have been interesting.
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't mind them reusing music. I'm just saying this one didn't fit for this moment because I love this. This is my favorite bit of score from the first movie they're using in this scene.
Sure, sure.
I'm just saying that's why I noticed it because, well, I mean, I know it's a sad scene. It's not that sad. That was like the scene in the first movie when Stoic was tackling Toothless.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's the scene from the first one. I love that scene. I know Hiccup's bummed out, but he's not that bummed out. That's the thing. That's the only reason. It's my very minor nitpick.
All right.
Anyway, so Toothless is fleeing. Hiccup's alone, and meanwhile, the next morning we see Hiccup wakes up. He's alone, and there's a little callback to earlier on. Hiccup again. I guess he's still getting used to his one leg.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail.
He slips on the ice, mainly because he slips on the ice and Toothless catches him, but now Toothless is gone. He falls square on his back like Charlie Brown. And then I love this juxtaposition. Stoic's happy Stoic. Stoic working on the roof, and he thought that was Toothless. He thought that was Toothless on the roof, but it's just Stoic hammering like decorations or fixing the roof.
Oh God, do Stoic and Hiccup kind of have like a Norman Bates thing going on when one of them's happy, the other one's miserable?
Well, I don't kind of. Yeah, it's like that. It's harkening back to the first movie when basically they were kind of opposite ends. Like Hiccup is conflicted about killing dragons, and Hiccup and Stoic is so proud of his son for being like the town prodigy. It's like, oh, tell me about your day. Tell me how you do it. So funny. I just love with Stoic. I love when Stoic's just so happy, so energized and happy about something. That's the thing I love about the character. He gets so fatherly and jazzed up about things, even though it's in inappropriate times, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But then he buys it back because instantly he sees son's bothering Hiccup and he says, "Okay, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong." He demands it too. He doesn't ask. He just demands it. Tell me what's wrong, like a chief. And I like. He basically says, Toothless has been gone for 3 days. And I love Stoic's advice here. He mentions, basically mentions the mother. Says, but he says it's very subtle. He doesn't like say Valka or her name or anything. Not that they had a name at this point.
No.
But, the point is, he basically says, look, around the holidays we do. I know something about missing someone during the holidays. I know that. That's the mention.
Yeah, very subtle. Very
but
subtle.
I love his advice. He has this line right after. He says, I know what it's like to miss someone around the holidays, but we do around the holidays with the people that aren't around us anymore. We celebrate them. I love that. That's some good advice. Celebrating them. Even though the dragons and Toothless are gone, you gotta have hope they're gonna come back. But right now we're gonna celebrate. Celebrate the memory and the bonds. It's gonna be very important.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so meanwhile, we see Fishlegs is a sociopath. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But this bit still is pretty. This bit's a little creepy. Anyway, so it's not too creepy because it's his pet, but still, it's a smidge.
Yeah,
creepy. We see what Fishlegs' secret was, and basically Hiccup picks up on Fishlegs sneaking around with a whole barrel of fish, so he has a dragon.
Hey, you could feed a whole dragon with that thing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I love Fishlegs. Oh, yeah, feed a whole dragon. Yeah, very funny, Hiccup.
Yeah.
God. Christopher.
Then Hiccup, he investigates, he opens the thing, and apparently the dragon just sees that sunlight, or sees an opening. The dragon just barrels out of there.
He's gone. Like, he just breaks the chain. He's
just barrels out of there with Hiccup on him. Says, "Meat log."
Yeah, I love the physics of this. It's like Hiccup is just like pressed up against him. It's just like.
I love the physics too of like the dragon's just been waiting for the opportunity to escape.
Right.
The doors are open. Basically, he breaks the chain. I love how the chain doesn't just stop. Cause then it'd be really creepy.
Oh god.
Well, it's like Meat log can easily escape. So that's I guess it buys it back. I love the little moment where he's flying through town on his way out of there, on his way out of the island of Berg, and then Astrid saying, "Hiccup, where are you going? I don't know. I have no idea." Really?
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Really, really fun. Then let's see. So he's riding away on Meat Lug to God knows where, which we'll find out later. And then we have a little logic from Astrid here. You know, she investigates where Hiccup went. What was that all about? They find a meat lug who was kept in a chained within a shed by Fishlegs, and I love how she points out the logic. I think that's what buys it back. Really, saying, "You kidnapped your dragon." Well, when you say it like that, he's my dragon. I didn't kidnap. He's my dragon. I didn't kidnap him.
Right. You basically abused your dragon, but you didn't kidnap him.
No, he technically didn't abuse him. Technically, but he kept him against his will.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a Blackfish-style situation at this point, if you want to go there.
I don't know. It's more so like it's like the moment where you're keeping the dog after you should let him go or something.
Right.
Point is, yeah. So Oliver says, I was 72% sure he wanted to stay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when he just breaks out like that, like the first opportunity he gets, yeah, he wants to stay for sure.
Really funny. But then Astrid makes the twins make a discovery. They find eggs within the barrel of egg, and then
I really
they
like
make
the design, by the way.
Yeah, the design
here and whatnot of the eggs.
The eggs design's really cool. Like, and Fishlegs says, "Oh, look at those rocks." Says, "They're not rocks, they're eggs." Eggs? Well, meat lug, boy dragons don't lay eggs. It's a girl dragon. Oh, and that makes
that explains
sense.
a few things.
Yep, and of course, in the TV show and the movies and so forth, it's a girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is obviously a prequel to the show.
So yeah, this is it's directly because of this special that we find out that meat lug's a girl.
Okay, cool.
So this did have some impact, most definitely. Then Astrid gets a wondrous idea to mix Easter with Christmas. Essentially mixing dog with dog with Easter because they hide eggs to surprise people. I love the glee in which they do that, especially Fishlegs.
Like, I love how into it they all get. They're just, it's like the one idea Astrid has where it's just like, oh man, yeah, let's do that.
It's an Easter egg hunt. Let's do it, man. Anyway, so.
Oh boy.
I mean, good old Astrid. She tries. Again, to get all the respect, Astrid is definitely trying. And meanwhile, so while they're hiding the eggs, we see where Hiccup's gone. Went to basically, as I can describe it, as this Galapagos Islands of dragons.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Essentially, it's like Galapagos Dragon Island of sorts. It's not Dragon Island because that's an actual place, but which we're going to see in the TV show, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Anyway, so it's like this really wondrous location, really colorful place. Looks really nice.
Yeah. Again, just money well spent on the animation budget for sure.
Oh yeah, and then we make the discovery. Hiccup, he's going there. He discovers along with them that the dragons are laying eggs. That's what they're doing when they're gone. That's why they're migrating. And he gets to see the process unfold. So he sees not meat lug, but a meat lug type dragon. Or someone basically they lay the eggs in water for a reason, because the dragons presumably when you're bursting out of the egg, if you're a dragon, you're going to fire breathe, and that fire breathing results in an explosion. And if you're on the surface, I love how he finds this out too. He says, "Oh look, this egg they make in there." Like it looks like the dragon's trying to save Hiccup too.
Yeah.
Explosions. Oh, the eggs explode. Then I love the comedic timing on this too, by the way.
Yeah.
So now it's been established, and we know. Oh, okay, then we see them like hide the egg, and then as Astrid lays so gleefully closing the door, everyone is going to be so surprised. Then explosion. I love how you see the smoke coming off the egg too.
Yeah. Oh god.
Big explosion, and then Astrid makes the discovery again. Poor Astrid, but she tries.
The eggs explode. The eggs explode.
The eggs explode. The eggs explode. Then with like Stoics coming there, is asking what the heck's going on here. He just like says so defeatedly, the eggs explode. So essentially, all these exploding eggs, which, by the way, minor inconsistency here. I don't think Meat Lug laid that many eggs.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I could be wrong here. I didn't really count them, but it looks like a lot.
Yeah,
you're right.
Explosions. You're right. I mean, they had like 3 in there. Yeah, I
it looked like at most 5. At most, it looks like 5. And it must have been a lot of hay. Anyway, so explosions all around the place, and not the fire prevention. The fire prevention measures haven't been implemented yet, so it's a lot of fire and destruction.
Oh yeah.
Because that happens in 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there are a lot of explosions, a lot of chaos. Again, you feel bad for Astrid. She tried, but it's not working out. So we're back in. So we're back with our dragons on the Galapagos Dragon Islands, and Hiccup, he finds the gang of dragons from Burke. Which little thing. At first, I was a little confused by this. Looks like they're making all the dragons girls, which is. I don't know. I assume the ones that aren't girls, like Hook Fang in the series is a boy, but they kind of imply that Hook Fang's a girl.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw another Hook Fang up there with him. Now, in all honesty, it could be like 2 other Hook Fang species, but my assumption is like it's just a female to mate with, maybe, or something.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
at least that's what I'm going with.
Mating, there is going to be.
Yeah.
So.
At least that's what I'm going with, because apparently boy dragons don't lay eggs, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he finds Hook Fang in the gang. Toothless isn't there. He's a little curious to where Toothless is. Then basically asks for Hook Fang for a ride home. Yeah, boy, can you give me a ride home? I love how Hiccup shows some love to Stormfly too. Like he gives a
yeah, for sure. It's like, oh, am I happy to see you? Because he is, because nice. He knows how much Astrid cares about her and whatnot. So yeah, that is a nice moment.
So then basically Hiccup accidentally triggers the return migration of all the dragons. But there's a little. Says, okay, I guess I'm leading the migration. I guess I'm ending it early. Anyway, so when that happens, we find that the baby dragons, they can't fly yet. Understandably so. Big bodies, tiny wings. They're not trained yet.
Again, I really like the physics of how they try to fly and how the wind just kind of blows them back. It felt really realistic. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things in general this series does really well is just ground the flying.
Oh yeah, but also I love the solution because we saw like a boat on the way there, and basically the boat solution. Hiccup says, "Okay, I got an idea. I know how to fix this."
Oh yeah.
Then we get a great scene, and of course you get classic Gobber and Stoic talking. Basically, Stoic saying, "Oh, Snarltog's ruined. It's a mess." Says, "Oh, it's not that much of a mess. Everything will be fine." Says, "Gobber, explosions everywhere. The dragons are gone. What are we gonna do?" Then basically they see an awe-inspiring sight. They see this Viking boat being carried by a legion of returning dragons. The Vikings are psyched out of their mind. Yay!
I love that image, by the way.
That's a great image.
I love images of just flying things in general, but seriously, like dragons carrying a Viking ship, that is just awesome. Like I want a poster of that.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Also, we got a little gag with as they're dragging the boat through the ice for landing. You can see like you can see the sheep.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you? Can you?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, you got a bit with the sheep saying just standing there as the thing passes them.
Oh, good old sheep.
Yep, sheep in the big city.
Oh god.
Anyway, so basically the dragons have returned. Thanks to Hiccup. Yay! Basically, says, let's all celebrate at the hall. Let's make this the best Snarltog ever, or whatever. Basically, the dragons are there. Yay, they're at the hall. It's this wondrous, big old crowded scene, really nice. Unfortunately, there's no Toothless, and Hiccup's still worried sick about him. Then Astrid's there. She gives some really nice and comforting words. You got a really nice Astrid Hiccup moment, as you've mentioned.
Oh, yeah, this is probably my favorite Astrid Hiccup. Well, maybe besides the exchange at the beginning of 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's up there.
This is good. Basically saying, you brought all the dragons here, and that's really swell. He's something along those lines, unless you can recount it better than I. What's said before.
All I remember is how she's basically like, I know it must be hard for you seeing everyone with their dragon. That's all I remember off the top of my head.
But anyway, yeah. So what I do remember is that then she it's like a mistletoe without the mistletoe moment. She gives him a holiday kiss, and then she's they come in close, and then she's in the hugging position where she sees the door, and there's a big surprise for Hiccup. It's Toothless, yay! And I love how this is a sweet moment. This is a really sweet holiday moment. She's messing with him because that's what she does in the relationship.
Of course.
She says, you must feel really bad. I mean, everyone must look really bad. I mean, everyone else is dragging you except yours. You know, this isn't really making me feel better.
It's really helping the situation.
Then you're really not going to like what's behind you. Turns around, and then there's Toothless.
No, she literally just shoves him back.
That's good old Astrid stuff right there. Man, I love Astrid. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then it's a reuniting boy with drag. Hiccup's chewing him out, saying, "Don't you scare me like that again. What is in your mouth? What is in your mouth?" And then it's kind of a gross yet sweet.
Oh, yeah. The thought of all that dragon saliva.
Oh yeah, that is
going
that's
down
copious.
Your face and hair. Oh god,
that's like Nickelodeon slime.
Right.
It's like Nickelodeon slime level dragon spit.
Oh god.
Basically, he kind of regurgitates Hiccup's helmet. So apparently, we find that Toothless, in fact, wasn't going to migrate or mate because, again, from the looks of things, he's the last of his kind.
Right, sure, yeah.
At least at this point in the How to Train Your Dragon mythos.
At this point in the series, yeah, we'll see about that come the third one.
Yeah. And, anyway, well, that's it. We find out he was looking for the helmet. Again, they kind of nicely see in that, Toothless was given a few extra seconds of looking time for that thing, so he's really pinpointing in his mind where that helmet was.
Right, for sure.
And that's why he left, and that's why he's in such a hurry to give his master a gift on Snoggletaug.
Yeah.
And it was finding the helmet, which they kind of cemented in the importance of the helmet, like Stoic said. But you can't have another thing going wrong. Make sure to have your helmet out for Odin to put gifts in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
The helmet. I mean, it was an important thing, like from the first movie too, right?
Oh yeah, that was It's a
for sure. Because like you said, it's his mother's helmet. So
well,
again, before the redesign.
Well, it's not his mother's. Technically, not his mother's helmet, but it's his mother's breastplate.
Oh God. Oh.
So yeah.
Wow, I totally forgot about that.
Hence the two different sizes for Stoic's helmet is also her breastplate. So.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't think that's accurate when we see her.
Yeah, it's not. But that was the joke. And I guess they decided to put her on the Atkins diet or something.
Well, maybe living with dragons for that long, maybe you go on a diet. Maybe you're like going eating nothing but figs and trees and stuff like that.
Well, also fish, a lot of fish.
Right. Oh god, but anyways.
Anyway, so we have a really now. How do you top this? Basically, everyone says like "Happy Snoggletaug, yay!" But now you would think that's the end of it, but no. There's actually the moment that really gives us more credence. Up to this point, just be a nice holiday special. They make it a really good holiday special with this ending bit here.
Oh yeah.
So, kind of continue where we left off with things. Basically, Toothless will be on the roof during the morning to wake Hiccup up to go for a ride. Hiccup's going out there, and he sees a Toothless. Again, Toothless, mind you, has his own tail now, so he can fly on his own.
Mm.
He pulled out the saddle with the old tail, and basically he puts it in front of Hiccup's feet. He says, "Oh, buddy, what are you getting this out for? You can fly on your own now."
Yeah, this is a nice moment.
Toothless, he looks at the tail, and basically he's smashing it on the ground. He says, "Don't do that. What are you going to do? Break it." Basically, it's a really sweet moment. The music's swelling. It's really nice. Basically, he flings off that old tail, and basically it's a really nice moment. Basically, Toothless is what he's saying, what he's communicating is he doesn't have any need for the tail. He only wants to ride with Hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he doesn't want to fly at all.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. Like, I don't want to go anywhere else without you again, buddy.
Yeah, that's really touching, for sure.
Yeah. And Hiccup has a really nice line in the end thing. Basically, he's saying, I gave him a gift, but he gave me a better one.
Yeah, really good way to end it. And then, of course, we have that great ending flying scene where Hiccup basically just does this straight-up dive, and then Hiccup and Toothless are just kind of flying around. Like, Toothless kind of grabs Hiccup and just spins him. Oh, man, I love that. Just really dynamic.
And that's in 2, by the way.
Yeah, right. So it's like, you gotta love the way that Hiccup and Toothless, they just kind of like, again, I kind of liken it to Tony Hawk in a way. I mean, I hate to trivialize it like that, but it's kind of like, oh, I got to get this sweet move down, bro. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's like they do the same bit in How to Train Your Dragon 2, only he's wearing a mask in 2 when he does it.
Right, right.
Anyway, Toothless gives his trademark smile, and we all fly off into the snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
anyway, so
really
I guess overall, just a few things to say on the special. What did you think of it, Tiki?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Again, the animation definitely a strong point, and as was Astrid and her character. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I was as emotionally invested in this one as I was in the previous two, but I think it's kind of more a played for laughs kind of special and more just, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more broad comedy with what's going on with Astrid and kind of just a sort of a wow bang factor with what's going on with the dragon. So I don't necessarily think it's a special that's meant to be all that emotional, but I think it works like that. So what do you think?
Oh yeah, it's again it's wonderful to see the How to Train Your Dragon stuff with the right budget behind it. I mean, for season 3, all I could say is, well, now it's going to be on Netflix. Perhaps there's a chance they could actually get the right amount of budget in there with the success. But unfortunately, it's not doing as well box office wise right now as it should be.
Yeah, that worries me. That does.
But anyway, so yeah, at least with this, the right budget's behind it. Again, all the voice actors came back, and you got your Gerard Butlers, you got your Craig Fergusons,
right?
Everyone back. I loved even like the little stuff, like you can tell if you really look Hiccup, and everyone's they got their furs and their fabrics on the clothing. So like Hiccup, he's got like his vest is actually fur, and Stoic has a cape.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so then the hair animation, everything looks great. Again, overall the special is visually it's breathtaking, and it isn't a cheap Christmas special with.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that it just isn't this cheap or cheesy Christmas special with dragons. And it's not just a cheesy thing. It's what it is. It's a short story with heart to it, and it's a fun It's a short story with heart and fun holiday humor, and it's visually dazzling, and overall, it's a cute holiday special. You gotta like it.
Yeah,
and I love the message
for sure. And we definitely needed to cover it because we're so knee deep into dragons. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I love the message. The message is with the special is again we are analyzing this for the scientific method, by the way.
Oh God.
Essentially, the message is. The holidays are about being with people or dragons you love. Being with the people or the dragons you love and celebrating those bonds. And that's what Stoic says. Stoic says, it's about celebrating the people that are with you or not with you.
Exactly, yeah.
I just love celebrating those bonds because the whole franchise is marketed on the bond between Hiccup and Toothless and all the other bonds too. Hiccup and Astrid, Hiccup and Stoic. All these different bonds and friendships, and that's a good message to impart, especially around the holidays. It's about the bonds, about the friendships you've encountered throughout the years, and just being civil to each other around the holidays, just by saying, hey, thanks for being with me for yet another Christmas, have a merry one, that sort of thing. Just with Snoggletog.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Snoggletog is a better representation of Christmas than Earth Day, or I'm sorry, Life Day.
Yeah. Definitely the Life Day.
Yeah. So yeah, Blue Dragon 5, indeed. There is a scientific method to these Christmas specials, like all the joy, all the cheer, all the warm feelings. There's got to be a process behind it, some sort of formula, and we are going to find it.
Now, how are we going to do that, Tiki?
We're going to do that like we do every night on Christmas in July by putting the mistletoe under the microscope. Blah, 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 blah.
Until next time.
See you guys later.